China has just made a bold move. Children as young as 6 are now learning artificial intelligence in school, while most kids elsewhere are still learning their ABCs. These students are being introduced to the building blocks of the most powerful technology of our time. Why? Because China's leaders believe whoever controls AI will control the future. But what does it mean to raise a generation fluent in AI from day one? And what happens if the rest of the world can't keep up? This September, AI literacy became part of China's national curriculum. For the youngest students, it's about sparking curiosity, not coding. Picture a classroom where instead of coloring books, kids watch robot demos, use simple apps, or talk about how AI might help at home. By middle school, lessons expand. Students learn how chatbots work, experiment with visual AI tools, and debate ethics, privacy, responsibility, and right versus wrong. By high school, the training ramps up. Students start exploring algorithms, coding basics, and even the fundamentals of building AI systems. The goal isn't just technical knowledge, it's cultural. An entire generation raised to see AI as normal, useful, and trustworthy. President Xi Jinping has made AI a national priority. His vision for 2049, the 100th anniversary of the People's Republic, is what he calls a modern socialist society, advanced, prosperous, and globally dominant. He sees AI as the engine to get there. And it's not just about productivity, it's about narratives. Large language models don't simply give answers. They shape worldviews, values, even politics. For Xi, that means AI must speak with a Chinese voice, one that reflects China's history, philosophy, and ideology. Leading that influence to Silicon Valley is unthinkable. Contrast this with the West. In the US, over 250 CEOs, from Uber to Salesforce, signed an open letter warning that America is falling behind. Western governments have been cautious. Their biggest fear? Job losses. Politicians worry that AI could trigger mass unemployment, so the pace is slower, the regulation tighter. Meanwhile, China is sprinting ahead, pouring billions into AI education, research, and robotics, betting that speed will win the race. And then there's the chip war. AI demands enormous computing power, and the US once had a near monopoly. Companies like NVIDIA produce the world's best semiconductors. That's why Washington restricted exports to China, hoping to choke its progress. But the move backfired. Instead of slowing down, China doubled down. Billions were funneled into homegrown semiconductor development. Painful at first, yes, but out of that struggle emerged companies like DeepSeek. When DeepSeek's models debuted, they shocked the global AI industry. Suddenly, investors realized China wasn't a decade behind, maybe just a few years. The arms race had narrowed. At Beijing's World Robotics Conference, the theme was Embodied Intelligence, AI given a body. Over 200 companies showcased robots, humanoids with eerily human skin, machines pouring coffee, robots drumming, boxing, even changing their own batteries. One robot from UB Tech can literally swap out its own battery pack without stopping work. Imagine a factory worker that never rests, never complains, and recharges itself in seconds. For the kids attending, robots weren't sci-fi. They were playmates, friendly, exciting, and crucially, normal. But behind the spectacle lies risk. Teaching kids to embrace AI could also normalize constant surveillance. After all, AI assistants and humanoid helpers must watch and listen constantly to be useful. That data, movements, conversations, habits could easily be repurposed for control. And then there's the military dimension. Xi has pledged to build a world-class army by 2050, and AI is central. Drones, submarines, hypersonic weapons, all being tested. Analysts describe it as the coming army of no man. Wars fought not by humans, but by swarms of autonomous machines. Still, the most immediate change isn't on battlefields, it's in classrooms. By 2035, an entire wave of Chinese graduates will enter the workforce fluent in AI. They'll see humanoid robots as co-workers, maybe even assistants in their daily lives. For them, AI won't be a tool to learn later in life. It will be part of their upbringing. Meanwhile, kids in the West risk falling behind, raised in a system where AI is treated with caution, even fear. So what does this mean for the rest of us? Should we shield our kids from AI or give them the same head start? Will we be consumers of Chinese AI or creators of our own? The future of AI won't wait. That's why we run AI Cyclops workshops, one-day, hands-on courses to help you understand and use AI now. No jargon, no overwhelm. Just the tools and confidence you need. Learn more at theaicyclops.com and tell us in the comments. Would you want your 6-year-old learning AI in school?